Hello, this is Deborah Darris, and welcome to another fabulous module on social media for business success. My name is Deborah Darris, and I am your social media guru. I don't like to use the word guru, but many people call me that because what I do is I share the resources that have benefited me as a business owner. That's right, I am a business owner. I don't consider myself a social media expert, although people call me that because I do consulting with their small businesses and help them to increase their revenue. But my primary purpose in life is to support you in creating a business where you have success with ease and grace, where you are not a slave to your business, where you can't go on vacation or take a day off or even, heaven forbid, get sick because you are tied to your business. So what this module is going to do is, number one, it's going to teach you the purpose of social media. Why are you even on social media, and what platforms are appropriate for your business? Two, we're going to talk about the most valuable asset that we have as business owners, and that is our time. So how can we most efficiently find the time to do social media, and how can it help us to have a high return on our investment and to use our resources as wisely as possible? When I say resources, I mean money, honey. The marketing dollars are going to work for us because we are going to be strategic with them. I'm really talking to you small business owners, because not only was I running a lean business after the economic crash, I was running a skinny anorexic business. I mean, I decreased my expenses by about $2,500 to maybe $3,000 a month less by using social media strategies rather than traditional marketing and advertising, and got even better results. So I'm going to talk to you about that. Number three, I'm going to share with you what to post and when to post, because many of you have been posting away on many different platforms but are not seeing results or any increase in revenue. So it's not just when you post, but it's what you post to really convert just words into money. Mula, dinero, plata, okay? I know you know what I'm saying, and that's what this is about. So unplug your iPhones or whatever phones you're using, turn off the TV, have somebody watch the kids, because I'm going to need your full and undivided attention for the next few minutes, okay? Single focus, and you're going to get the most out of this. Otherwise, you're going to have to watch it again. And make sure you're taking notes and save your questions. I'm going to be answering all of the questions. There's going to be a feed for you to be able to write your questions, and I will be responding to them. So make sure you're writing them down. Okay, let's get to number one. What is the purpose of social media? Is it to watch cat videos? Is it to see what your family is doing? Is it to see what wonderful vacations your friends allegedly are on? No! That's probably how most people have been using social media, socially, to check in on our family and friends and to let people know what we're doing. Is that going to make us money? No, not at all. Having more friends or having more followers does not automatically convert to money. Social media is a tool for our business. It is a series of, not a series, it's a group of platforms, whether it be Facebook, a platform, Google+, YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. All of these are platforms where we have an opportunity to put our billboard, our calling card, our business card out there to a lot of potential customers, clients that we may not have been able to reach before. I'm going to tell you something that may hurt your heart a little bit. Your friends and family are probably not going to support you. Let me say it again. Your wonderful family that you love and your friends that seemingly are there for you will not be the ones that are going to buy your products or services for whatever reason. They see you in a friendship, family light They do not see you as the business owner, entrepreneur, mogul, empire builder that you are. So it really doesn't make sense to be using the platform, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, to market to the people that are already in your life. It's best to market to your ideal demographic. And this is something you really want to get clear on. I took this amazing class through Google that had us create what they called an avatar. This is an image of our ideal client, and I want you to do the same thing. Imagine, how old are they? What do they like to read? Where do they like to go? What do they like to do? What are their hobbies? What music do they listen to? What magazines do they read? Are they female? Are they male? Are they millennials? Are they baby boomers? Are they X generation? It's really important that you get a demographic breakdown of who your target market is. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, I have a tax business. My target market could be anybody with W-2 1099. However, that may be true, but would a 70-year-old necessarily be online? If they're my dad, yes. But most people over 70 are not going to necessarily be using social media. So you really want to, like in all advertising and marketing, pick a niche. So niche and grow rich. What did I say? Niche and grow rich. So it's not saying you can't serve the other people, but for your social media efforts, because you will be diffused and diluted if you try to be everyone for everything. It's just not possible. So when you focus, laser focus, you will find that you will be able to get more bang for your buck, just like this program. I'm not saying that I am going to help everyone. I'm saying I'm helping small business owners with 50 or less employees to be able to increase their revenue so that they can be profitable, to hire more people and increase our economic development. That's my goal. I'm not going for the multi-million dollar, billion-dollar businesses. I'm not going for the solopreneur with only one person. I'm going for the small business. Does that make sense? And that's who I'm going to market this program to. And when I do that, that's how I'm going to capture that market. So what I would recommend is you have a little Post-it. This is what they recommend in the lean methodology, using a lot of Post-its. And draw a picture of the ideal person. I actually have business cards of people that are my ideal people. So when I'm typing something, a social media post, I think about them. And I think about the problem they have and how my brand is a solution to that problem. Does that make sense? So part of your purpose of social media, number 1A, is branding. You are educating people on your brand. And when I say educating people on your brand, what do we know? Nike, just do it. What's another brand? Good to the last drop, Folgers, right? Enjoy the ride, Nissan. You know, think different, Apple. What is your, and these are examples of taglines, but they give you the essence of the brand. What is the essence of your brand? Maybe you're an accountant and you give people ease and comfort knowing that they're going to be in good hands. Maybe you're a landscaper and you make sure that everything is green and environmental. Maybe you're a yoga studio and you create an environment where people are free to be their creative and authentic self, right? So be very, very clear on what your brand is. And I'm not going to give you a branding lesson, but if you want to work with me one-on-one, we can do that. But what you want to find out are the values, 3 values that represent your brand. I'm going to give you an example of my brand. I am, besides a social media marketing consultant, an inspirational speaker, an author, a life coach. My brand is about transformation, inspiration, and empowerment. Everything I do is under that umbrella. So everything I post is going to be in alignment. I'm not going to post a news article about babies dying. That's not transformational, that's not inspirational, that's not empowering. It may be what's going on in the world, but it's not going to come up on my feed. Everything that's going to come up on my feed whether it's Google+, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, is going to be related to those 3 values that represent my brand. So I want you to take a moment and write down, what are the 3 values that represent your brand? I'm going to have a drink while you're doing that. It's just water. Okay, so do. If you don't have time to do it right now, or if this is too rushed for you, take a moment after. Again, get a Post-it note and write brand, bullet. 3 values that represent your brand. Values: authenticity, integrity, balance, harmony, order. What are the qualities, the values of your brand? Because you want to make sure that you're consistent. The thing about social media, it's not just about throwing something online and hoping that the viral magical fairies will make your post, get to your ideal client. It's not magic. It's really strategy and advertising focus, right? As soon as you know your niche market and you're focusing your energy and your attention on them, they will find you down. My intention for you with social media is that it enables your phone to start ringing. Rather than you pounding the pavement always and doing cold calls always, you will have the option of also receiving inbound calls and incoming calls, because you're going to have systems and structures in place to be able to sell and receive payments online. We're going to talk about that, okay? Okay, so you have your brand. So let's go back to the niche and grow rich. It's really important to be clear on your demographic. When we talk about Facebook, Google+, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, YouTube, etc., they are not created equal. I'm going to give you an infographic that's going to show you which platform is appropriate for which demographic. And here's some good news. You're really going to like this. You do not need to be on every platform. You hear that? Great news. You do not need to be on every platform. You only need to be in the platforms where your clients are, prospective customers are. And they are not on every platform. In fact, I found this out when I was doing a speaking engagement. I was the keynote speaker. I think it was Texas Women's University. Oh, no, it was Arizona. I was in Arizona, and I asked one of no, it was Portland, Oregon. Now I know. So many speaking engagements, my brain is overloaded. So I asked this young girl, I said, oh, so will you tag me on Facebook? She said, I'm not on Facebook. She was 24 years old. 22 years old. She's like, I'm on Instagram. I'm like, what's Instagram? This was like 3 years ago. She's like, oh, and she showed me how to use Instagram. And what happened was, when all of the 40-plus-year-olds got on Facebook, all of the 20-plus-year-olds got off, because they didn't want their aunt or their mom to see what they were posting on social media. That was kind of their own private diary, so they think, right? Nothing's private on social media. Everything is public, no matter what. Just I want to underline that. Whatever you post is public. Wherever you post, it's public. Don't ever think there's an illusion of privacy online. Okay? Cool. Okay, so I realized that if I wanted to market to college-age students, I needed to be on Instagram. Does that make sense? Okay. So let me break it down just really simple for you. So since we started with Instagram, I'll go there. If you're looking to market to individuals 25 and younger, Instagram is wonderful. It's also wonderful if you have a food business, if you have an exercise business, anything, fashion business, anything that's highly visual, because Instagram is simply a picture with a few little words that you can put a lot of hashtags. We're going to talk about hashtags in a different module about search engine optimization. Very important, but not right now. So Instagram is really very, very visual. So it's a great way to get your brand and messaging out in a very visceral way. The other great thing about Instagram that I love is that it enables you to have video. You could put video up through an app called Flipagram, where you actually have pictures and to music, and it's like a slideshow. You could do, right now, at this time of this recording, things change every second with social media. So I want to let you know that as of right now, as I'm recording this, in April 2015, this is how it is. It may change, and when it does change, I'm going to update you. So just so you know. So Instagram right now allows you to do 15 seconds of video, which, by the way, you can do a whole lot. Make sure you follow me on Deborah Derris, DeborahDeras, right there, all lowercase, on Instagram. You'll see some ideas. So I find that video and anything that has audio really, really gets people captured more than anything else. Okay, Twitter, also the younger generation. Twitter is wonderful for celebrities because you can have 1 million people that you can get a message to. All of your fans and monsters, if you're Lady Gaga, can connect with you and feel like they have a relationship with you. Okay, Facebook is, like I said, a little bit of an older crowd. It has gotten to be an even older crowd. So definitely it's 25 and above to about, 25 to about 55 is the average range of Facebook. Then there is Google Plus, which is, there's not a lot of people on Google Plus, but I'm going to tell you when we get to the search engine optimization course why you're going to want to be on Google Plus, how it's really going to help you. So Google Plus is not so much about the demographics of who is following you or who's on there. It's about getting you into the Google search engine, and I'm going to talk about that. Okay, so that's that. YouTube is something that, just like television, has all demographics. It has really young people, it has middle-aged people, and it has some but few older people. YouTube is absolutely vital, necessary, #1 social media platform that I recommend for all small business owners. Do you hear me? I'm going to lean in. I said you need to be on YouTube. Absolutely. And when I say you, if you don't want to be on the camera, that's fine. You can have your wonderful staff member be on camera, or somebody that you hire to be on camera. Hire me. I'll be your spokesperson. You do not need to be on camera, but you do need to have a presence with your business on YouTube. Why? And I'm going to talk a lot about this. We're going to do a whole module just on YouTube. The reason for this is because not everybody, a lot of people are unplugging the cable and are saying, you know what, I'm not going to pay $55, $100 a month to watch shows that I'm not even home to watch, right? I am going to watch everything online. I'm just going to use Netflix, Hulu, Amazon, YouTube to watch TV, okay? This is how the new generation, by the way, any millennial under 24, they've really never watched television the traditional way that we did. When I say we, I'm X generation. 2, 4, 7, 9, 11. We would have to hold up the hanger and make sure that the reception was working like that. Remember those days? Before the remote, we had to go like that, and we had the pliers to try to. Okay, now I'm dating myself. Anyway, so remember those days? You're probably my people. So if you're my people, you know what I'm talking about. So nowadays, the younger generation, which is going to be the fastest growing consumers, we really want to get to know how they're consuming information. They're watching TV on their phones, people. They're watching TV on their iPads. They're watching TV on their laptops, okay? They're not watching television on the television set. Very rare. They're playing video games on the television set. That's what they're using the television set for. Does that make sense? So because when they want to find information, #1 way to find information, this is factual, is Google. People, when I say factual, I mean it's statistically proven. People will, #1, go to Google. #2, go to YouTube. And actually, people under 24 will go to YouTube first. Because rather than looking at Google and reading an article, they like things faster because they're used to having things fast. When they were in their crib, they had an app that they press for milk, or leche. Milk. You know, they're just used to everything instantly, right? And so what they are going to be doing is they are going to be YouTubing. How do I cure an ear infection? How do I get this cotton out of my ear? How do I fix the door? How do I plant an avocado? Anything that they want to do, they are going to Google it. My 12-year-old niece, who, by the way, taught me how to put my makeup on, like it, she watches videos on how to put on makeup. She knows how to put on makeup better in her short little life than I've ever did. You know, she gave me so many videos to watch and tools and tips. It's just like amazing, right? So all the information that people want are online. And that information could be your business. If you have a tax business, you could answer frequently asked questions of what to bring to your tax return. If you have a landscaping business, answer frequently asked questions to get the best estimate. Whatever it is. So I'm not going to go into it deeply, but I am going to do a whole module, maybe two. Let's see how much I get through in one and how much you can digest and consume, because I really want you to get this. I don't want you to hear me. I want you to do what I'm sharing with you and get results and come back and tell me that you were able to hire 5 people and now you're going on vacation in Bali and you want to send me a postcard or a plane ticket. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously, my whole goal is not for you to listen to me, but for you to take action on what I'm saying and see the results in your business, okay? So my breath isn't wasted, because I'll lose my voice by just continually talking nonstop. Okay, great. Okay, so the purpose is to understand the demographics, okay? Your audience is not everywhere. They're on certain platforms. So whether you use Facebook, Google+, Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube, depends on who your target audience is. So that's what you're going to decide. And I'm going to ask you, and this is going back to me as a coach. I've been a life coach for many, many years, and I'm a master results coach, and so I'm about getting people results. So that you're not overwhelmed with social media, I'm going to invite you to only commit to doing 2 platforms. When I say platforms, what am I talking about again? Remember? Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, Google+, YouTube. Did I say YouTube, Joyce? Okay, so you're only going to commit to 2. If you're feeling ambitious, you can do 3, okay? But I don't want you to get overwhelmed. And I'm going to invite everybody in our group to follow each other. So we're going to have a little private page that you guys are going to be able to communicate with each other. And I want you guys to follow each other and like each other and see what each other is doing. So we're going to have a thread for that, okay? So now I already feel you guys, your hearts are clutching, your breath is getting heavy, because I feel you, trust me. Like I said, I'm not a social media expert, I'm a business owner. So what I hear that's going on in your mind is like, oh my God, I don't have time for this. I barely have time to open the mail, much less time for a whole freaking social media platform program, okay? So listen. This is why you want to put in the energy and the effort now, because you are going to get the return back so that you're going to have the money to be able to hire someone, either hire someone to do the social media for you or hire someone to help you with something else so that you can do the social media. Whatever is the best and highest use of your time. And let me tell you, the reason that we do social media is to leverage our time and energy. We can't be at every conference or every expo or every event or every mixer, every networking thing. There's just only one of us. Social media allows us to answer the question, how can we clone ourselves? Have you ever asked that question? I'm like, I just need another Deborah Darris in my life to just help me. Social media does that. I could literally be facilitating a webinar, like I am now, or a live stream, whatever you want to call this, and be somewhere else. You're watching this, and I'm somewhere else. Do you see how I use social media to duplicate myself? This is it, right? So you're taking the time up front to learn social media and to really understand it and create systems and organization that you can have it run like clockwork and get you results is going to pay off. In the beginning, it's going to seem like a burden, maybe, to some of you, and it's going to take some time and some energy, but that's initially. Once you get the hang of it, you're going to get the groove. It's like, say I was your trainer, right? I'm your exercise trainer. And I'm going to say, the first 90 days or the first 30 days we work together, you're going to have some pains. You're going to be a little sore. You're not going to be used to it. But once you get into the groove and you get used to it, it's going to become easy. It's going to be part of your life. It's going to be a habit, a discipline, or like my mentor says, a blisscipline. All right? Okay. So the reason we're doing social media, just so you know, again, is to leverage our time, to clone ourselves. We can't be everywhere, but social media allows us to be present and engaged with people through video, through our online comments, so that we can really connect with our clients, because our clients, our customers, our patrons are going to hire us, are going to contract us because they like, they trust, and they respect us. Right? It's traditional marketing. People hire people they like, trust, and respect. So we're going to be able to convey that through our communications online, through our video online, which leverages our time. Okay? Second, it's going to leverage our money. How many of you have paid money for advertisement in newspapers, banners, magazines, billboards, right? In the past, remember I told you I reduced my expenses by $3,000. I paid for a lot of things. I paid for memberships in chambers and associations. I paid to go to trainings and seminars. I paid to have listings. I paid for newspaper. I paid for radio station fees. So many things I was paying for, right? And I was not seeing the return on investment for the money I was spending. Social media, the time that I have spent, has paid me back tenfold. I have gotten work on Twitter. When I say work, paid very, very well. I've gotten paid through Instagram. I've gotten paid through Facebook. I've gotten paid through Google+. I've gotten paid through YouTube. People seeing my videos, hiring me for speaking engagements. Actually, every single platform I've gotten engagements from, where people have called me on the phone. Some people never, ever spoken to me, never hearing me live, and hired me sight unseen based on social media. Is that cool or cool? That is super cool. Okay, as they say in Miami, everything's super. I like Miami. Super cool, right? Very, very cool. So I am intending the same thing for you. I want people to be able to purchase your product, your service, whatever it is you're offering online, which brings a very, very important point that's a prerequisite to all of this. Before you get super serious about your social media, it's very important that you have a website. If you need a recommendation for a webmaster, I have several very amazing and affordable ones that are reliable that I can refer you to. So just, contact me, write a little message to me, Deb at deborahdarris.com. I'll answer you, okay? You need to have a website, because where are you driving people to when you're doing social media? We're going to talk about that in the next point. But it's very, very important that you have a website, because you're wanting to get people to purchase from you. The reason why you're not making money on social media is because you're not sending them to your website to buy anything, right? Or maybe you are asking them for sales, but you haven't created that relationship, right? If you were going to buy Girl Scout cookies, they couldn't just like push a cookie in your face and then you'll buy it. You want to see them smile and then say, "Hi, sir, would you like to buy a Girl Scout cookie?" Right? Same thing with your social media. You're creating that brand recognition, that like, trust, and respect. You are connecting with them on a regular basis, because they say it takes 7 impressions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, before you make a sale, right? You like how I'm bilingual? It's good, right? So it's super important, okay? Very, very, very clear on that? Okay. So the second thing that I was talking about is that social media saves us time by cloning us. It saves us money because the advertising money we were putting before, we can redirect into campaigns with social media. As of this recording, the only social media campaign that I've ever paid for was YouTube and Facebook, which are both very good. I don't recommend Google AdWords, although you may decide to do that, and that's up to you. I'm going to give you tools that you won't need to do Google AdWords, that you could do it organically, meaning naturally through your posts. But if you want to spend money in Google AdWords, all power to you. But I'm saying you do not need to, according to me. Other people may say other things, but you're watching my video, so I'm giving you my suggestions based on the success that I've had and those of the small businesses I've helped. Okay? Great. So, how can you do social media efficiently? You're asking me. Well, there's a few tools that I'm going to recommend. They're also in your module. Number one, you can use Hootsuite. You can see the spelling. I incorporated it over there. It's HOOTSUITE.com. It allows you to pre-schedule out your social media, but it's important to know when you want to pre-schedule. Hootsuite, I think, has an option that it will auto-schedule for you based on when people are most engaging and interacting with your posts. I really only recommend Hootsuite for Twitter, because if you use Hootsuite on Facebook, because of their algorithms, it's a long story about algorithms, but trust me, because of their algorithms, statistical programming that they have on the back end, it's not going to come up in your feed as organically as if you would post it yourself, meaning it's not good. Trust me, it's not good. So Hootsuite is best only for Twitter. I actually like to use Instagram because Instagram will post on Twitter, Foursquare, Picasa, which is Yahoo Pictures, and Facebook. Plus, it allows me to check in on Foursquare, and I always check in to my company. I know that's selfish, but I'm about social media for business, not social media for Starbucks or social media for Walmart. So the idea of Foursquare is that you check in to the location where you are. So if you're at Starbucks, it'll say check in to Starbucks. But unless Starbucks is paying me, which, by the way, I am open Starbucks because I love Starbucks. I drink it every day. Small commercial. So if Starbucks is paying me, then yes, I'll check into Starbucks. Otherwise, I will check in with my own website, www.deborahdarris.com. Genius, right? You can go back into your Instagram, press edit, and check into your own website. And I'm going to share with you how to do that on our Instagram module. So stay tuned for that. Okay? Isn't this cool? Okay. So when it comes to posting, Hootsuite is an option. There's another scheduler that is called Buffer App, BUFFERAPP.com. See it in the notes. And that's another way you can post on Twitter. Or you can use, there's this new program out that my friend that's a social media coordinator that does social media for other people. He uses meetedgar.com, which is kind of funny because his name is Edgar. But that's a social media app. It's pay. You have to pay for that one. The other one I forgot to mention. They're free for right this second. We'll see how long that will be, but right now they're free for limited use, and then they encourage you to upgrade, and then you pay a fee. But for right now, it's free. Meet Edgar, there is a fee for it, but it does a lot more and gives you analytics and tells you when people are watching, which is very important because you can post all day long, but if you're not posting at a time that people are reading it, it really doesn't make sense. But I will tell you, if there's something that's juicy and hot, people will post all day long. I'll give you an example. So I have several Facebook accounts, and I have a friend and family one. But like I said, I don't promote my business on my friend and family one because I find they don't pay attention. But I use my friend and family one to test out ideas and social media strategies. So the other day, I posted a picture of a model in a bathing suit. She's a Brazilian model, Brazilian bathing suit, because I'm going to Hawaii. And I was like, should I buy, it's called crowdsourcing. I said, should I buy this bathing suit? Do you think it's worth the price? Blah, blah, blah. Normally, I get a few people commenting, a few likes, on a picture. That particular one, I got 59 people commenting and like 12 likes, which was quite a bit for a post that I post not at the right time, not strategically with any sort of strategy. I just was testing it out there. So sometimes, and I will tell you that the more compelling the picture is, the more color, the more enticing it is, the more people are going. Like if it's food that's like making your mouth water, if it's the cutest baby ever, if it's the adorable dog. So you want to make sure that whatever you're posting is edutational. Did you hear me? Edutational. My mom's a speech therapist, so I learned to articulate my words. So edutational, it's educational, and it's entertaining. Okay? So this was very entertaining. All of the, coincidentally or ironically, all of the men, 95% said yes, buy the bathing suit. We don't care what price it is. And only 40% of the women said yes because they were concerned about the price and they thought I could get a better deal. And they were probably thinking about themselves and projecting themselves into it, where the men were just thinking about what the bathing suit looked like. So it was just so interesting. Men are from Mars and women are from Venus. And it's important to know this because if your demographics are primarily men, you need to know what's going to elicit their attention. If your demographics are primarily women, you need to know what's going to elicit their attention. And one of the things that I recommend is looking at some of your top 3 competitors. This is what we do when we write our business plan. We do a SWOT analysis with strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Look to see the people that are your, I don't even like to use the word competitors, but the people who are where you want to be, that have a lot of social media engagement. Now, I'm not talking numbers, but I'm talking engagement. A lot of people commenting and a lot of people liking what they do. What are they doing and how are they doing? And this is really going to help you. So if you're a restaurant, look at another restaurant, right? If you're a tax service, look at another tax service. So it's really going to help you because it's going to give you ideas of what works. You're not going to necessarily copy them, but you're going to get inspired to see how you can tweak your message. Because a lot of what social media is trial and error. We have to play with and see what is going to work. I traditionally am posting in the morning and in the evening time because, I find that to work best. But you may find that your people in the middle of the day are checking their social media. So this is something that you're going to have to look at. Like I said, services like Meet Edgar are going to give you analytics and demographics to tell you. So I feel like I've overwhelmed you, right? I've given you so much. So I'm going to stop. I know when to say when. And I'm going to review. And then if you have any questions, you are going to type them in and I'm going to answer them. Just so you know, I'm going to be going over specifically the platforms of Facebook, of Google+, of YouTube, of Twitter, of Instagram, and maybe a bonus YouTube and search engine optimization. So you're going to be able to get that. Plus, we're going to have a whole session just with Q&A where I'm going to answer all the questions that have come up. Okay? So you're not going to be doing this alone. I am going to be coaching you and working with you. And by the way, if you want to coach with me and work with me one-on-one, you can do that. We can do it online. We can do it over the phone. Or we can do it in person if you're in the Los Angeles area. Or I will go to Miami. I love Miami. Okay, review number 1, purpose. What is the purpose of social media? What is the answer? That's right, branding. We are branding ourselves. We are getting people to know the 3 values, the qualities that represents our company. Mine are transformation, inspiration, empowerment. What are yours? 2, what is the purpose? We can't be all things to all people. We need to niche and what? Grow rich. Show me the money, right? So you want to have a little avatar of who is your ideal client, because you need to know who your ideal client, because you're not going to be on every platform. How many platforms did I say to be on? 1, 2, or 3? That's right, 2. Exactly, 2. So you're going to pick 2 platforms. And I know the overachiever in you is going to want to do 3. So if you want to do 3, do it. But set yourself up for success. Don't say you're going to do all 5 platforms. It's like if I was your coach and you're not exercising at all and you committed to exercising every day, you're going to set yourself up for failure. So I'm encouraging you to set yourself up for success. So the only way to do that is by making reasonable goals that you can achieve. Okay? So that's the purpose of our social media. We want to get our clients and patrons to like, trust, and respect us so that they will purchase from us. And the wonderful thing is that they will purchase from us right on our website without us having to even be there. That's why you're on vacation in Jamaica. You're just feeling irate, yaman, enjoying yourself, having some coconut juice, listening to some reggae music, right? Does that sound good to you? Good. So listen to me and follow my advice. Okay, good. So social media, what does it help us do? It helps us clone ourselves, have more time, because it's going to allow us to leverage. We can be getting information about us while we're doing something else, right? So we're going to take a small amount of time in the beginning to invest, but it's going to pay back dividends. We're also it's going to allow us to leverage our money. We can spend a lot less through social media than we can ever spend in traditional advertising, right? And if you're already doing traditional advertising and it's working, I'm not saying to stop. I'm just saying you may be able to reduce some of that and get so much more bang for your buck. I didn't mention before, but I did a YouTube ad campaign that I spent $99 on, that I got 11,000 new people to see my work, and 1,000 people registered for an online conference I put on. So I thought that was a very high return on investment. 1,000 people for $99. Very good, right? Was that good or good? Good, right? Okay. So I mentioned some tools you can use to pre-schedule out your Hootsuite, Buffer app. There's also MeetEdgar. Instagram also has a scheduler. I haven't used it, so I don't want to recommend it. But if you're interested, it's there. What and when to post. So it really helps to have a calendar of posting so that you know when your people are reading, and part of this is going to be trial and error. You're going to see where you're getting the most response, but you really need to know your audience for that. If you know your audience is working professionals and they're looking more, at the evening time, then you're posting in the evening time, and also knowing, are they Pacific Coast, are they Eastern time, so that you're posting on the time that they're online. So I know this has been a lot of information, and I know that you're ready to do it. So now I'm going to give you growth work. Not homework, but growth work. Okay, number 1, you are going to write down your 3 values, that is your brand, that you are wanting to get out for social media. What are your values? 2, you're going to do your avatar, your ideal client. So when you are communicating, you're thinking of them. You can even, like I have a card of my ideal client right here. When I'm writing a post, I'm thinking about what is the problem that this person has that I'm going to help them solve. That's what we're doing. Okay. Next homework item is I'm going to have you pick 2 platforms, okay? Whether it's Facebook and YouTube, or Google Plus and Instagram, or Twitter and Google Plus. Whatever it is, you're going to pick that. You're going to open an account if you don't already have one, or open a business one if you've had a previous friend one. You're going to connect with the people here in our group, and you guys are going to follow each other. If it's Google Plus, you're going to add them to your circle. If it's Facebook, you're going to friend them. Don't do a fan page, do a friend page if you're doing Facebook. For YouTube, you're going to subscribe to their channel. For Instagram, you're going to follow them. So whatever it is, through the power of synergy, we're going to be able to grow and expand exponentially and have quantum results. But we need to support each other. And then any questions you have, be sure to write them. I'm going to either answer them on the feed, and or in our last session together, our last module is going to be completely question and answer. So I hope this was valuable. This was super fun for me to connect with you like this. I'm connecting with you while I'm at the beach. This is what you're going to love about social media, because you're going to be able to play and make more money by doing less work. It's about success with ease and grace. Pretty cool, right? Okay, my friends, this is Deborah Darris reminding you to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more information and more videos to transform your life, to be empowered and be inspired. Okay, go to deborahdarrislive.com to subscribe. See you next module. Ciao.